I have a strong feeling that this locomotive is not even turned on. Let's turn this on. I think things might now move a little bit better. Oh man. I'm actually not sure where we are. Where are we? Why is there a town here? I moved into the wrong fucking direction. And I derailed. This is making me crazy, man. Hey everyone, this is Roxor, and today I switched my game to realistic. Look how far I can jump with the fast travel. That's quite not so far actually. And I wanted to have a look how I could do any manual refills. So this is why I went into the service shed. As you can see on top there, hi service shed, how you doing today? Thank you very much. And I look here and it says on the cashier thingy, choose products you wish to buy, which would be good, but it requires the manual service license and I don't have that yet. But you can service electrical powertrains here, mechanical powertrains, wheels, body parts, oil, sand and refill diesel. So that's gonna be probably helpful if you have higher copay. There's also a hose ready. Maybe you actually have to plug that in. I don't know yet. But I can't do that now. I'm not able to do that now, the manual service thing. So I'm just gonna focus on the job that I wanted to do. And for that, I'm gonna walk back with this really far ahead beaming service. I want to take both of those orders here, because last time it worked out so perfectly fine, as you can see in the previous 3 videos. I'll just gonna go with this, because my plan is now, I think I can go from the steel mill directly on a flat terrain to the harbor. Both of them gonna go to the harbor, so I'm just gonna lay this back. Just gonna move very quickly from here to there and then use all the momentum to get into the harbor and everything will work out fine, I am sure. So let's start with the setup. So moving on, just gonna activate the second order now and that is gonna work out perfect, and now we can go ahead and do the thing. Let's have a quick look where we need to go. This is from B40, so the first cargo needs to be taken from B40 and the second set from B20. Don't want to be too quick here because on realistic mode the copay is apparently a little bit higher, or can be a little bit higher, but only in the sum of things. So if I get more licenses, the copay can go up, I think, to 10 million. It's now 9,100, so there's still ways to go to get to that area. But let's see, could actually move to the back locomotive. That would be smart, wouldn't it be? And a major bonk. Okay, so the first set of cargo is connected. Now we're just gonna do the same thing with the left-hand track. And then I'm sure everything will work out completely fine. Without any problem at all, ever. I have a strong feeling that this locomotive is not even turned on. Let's turn this on. I think things might now move a little bit better. Oh man. It's a bit tough to see in these conditions. I hope I'm not too fast already. Just gonna brake a little bit. That our approach speed is a little bit lower. And that hopefully is already enough to connect ourselves. It's really a bit hard to see here. Really a bit tough. Let's see if I can feel the connection. Huh? I think the speed is just about right. And let's see if we can feel the bump. Is there a bump coming? I really cannot see anything at all here. Am I pushing the cars already? I think I'm getting closer. Could move up a little bit. Could be that I'm already pushing them. Just gonna have a look. And now we're stopping, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. And this should be the connection. Perfect. And as always, you know, if you're ready to go, honk the horn. So new people will be born. What? Ready to go. And actually we are moving already and we have slippage. Good. That's perfectly fine. This is to be expected under those weather conditions. But eventually I think we will have enough momentum and gain enough speed that I can disable the sand. And we're ready to roll. Okay. Good. Then let's have a quick look. The only sign I have to respect, I think, is here the one to the left and then the one to the left. But as the last mission came from the harbor, we will be able just to move forward. And on realistic mode, as I'm just seeing now, I think there's just no arrow. So there's no pointer where I'm exactly at. I'm not sure. I have to keep track on my own, but that's perfectly fine. Left hand side, right hand side, and then we're ready to roll. And unless the game really wants to annoy me, all the signals are still set in the correct direction. This will be a nice and easy experience. 1.9 degrees decline, so that will help us to move forward quickly. Hey, first area, how you doing? Hello. And we are allowed to go 70 in the rain today. Can give a little bit more power because I wanna be on time if it's possible at all in this scenario that we set ourselves to. So we do have, I think, let me quickly calculate. In my head, I think 12 cars behind us. We're pulling with 2 locomotives. So that's quite a feat. That's quite a big one, I have to say. I haven't had that long of a train moving yet, as you know. So now the last car is actually over the bridge. That's pretty cool. And we are moving forward nicely. Totally normal thing to walk around and on top of such a locomotive when you're transporting something. That's completely normal. In case anyone was wondering if that is actually a good thing. And I have to admit, I really enjoy this realistic mode. A couple things that could be a little bit different. For example, the fast travel beam distance, as you've seen, is really close. That's a bit annoying, but I can understand that because you kind of just walk. And you should rely on your locus to do the rest. But apparently, from the starting menu, as far as I understood, if I use the standard difficulty, then the payout is 100%. And then there's another difficulty that's called casual. So then you do have a payout of 150, but it's not very hard, obviously. And then there's also the realistic one, which I switched now today to, which also has a payout of 150, but is a little bit harder. But then I thought, I used fast travel I think only once, maybe, I don't even know if that is available here in realistic, and did nothing else in the sense of using any UI elements or so, because I use VR and I try to, you know, handle everything on my own. So I thought maybe the step to realistic is actually not that big, and it seems to not be that big, but the fast travel distance is really getting under my skin. Let's see if we can handle that on our way to the harbor. Again, just beautiful scenery here in the game. Really enjoy that. It's very calming experience. Well, I mean, it's very calming in the sense of that if you know what you're doing, you feel calm, but if you wouldn't know what you're doing, like I was in the first couple episodes, then you probably don't feel so calm. But there we go. Okay, good. I could give us a little bit more speed, a little bit more power, and as I said before, I need to keep track of where we might be at, so I think this is now the left-hand curve. I can see the sign for the signal coming up there, so this is a left-hand signal, 60, we're going right around 60. Gonna take a little bit of power away. And then, I think this is the signal. I should show to the left. To the left, because we're going to the left, so this is going to the left-hand side. And that is correct. Perfect. In the speed department, everything is looking good. So you know what we need to do. Honk the horn. Again, let me know how many honks you have counted whilst you were watching this episode. I am sure there will be plenty of honking going around whilst we move to the harbor and deliver our stuff. I could have a look where I actually need to deliver. So, first one, the cargo with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with the 7. The long one should go to D4I, wrong button again, there we go, Roxor, you can do this, good. And then the other one to uncouple is C2I. So this is interesting, I cannot remember buttons. There we go. Just gonna have a quick look on the map. So we just passed those things here, so I have a little bit more time to prep. And then eventually I just have to see that we go to the right hand side. In the harbor, I need to go with the shorter cargo to C, so I could move in. Wait a minute, if I move inwards, the locus would be blocked. But I could not move the whole thing around. So I hope in C there's actually an empty track and I could move things back. Otherwise, I might have to need to decouple up here in this traction, in this section of the track. It's gonna give a little bit more power. I can hear the power is going down. Just driving by ear now. Then I'm gonna park the 5 cars. I'm gonna decouple them here. Move in here. Then decouple everything for the big delivery. Then I'm gonna move back. Put that into C. And then I'm gonna walk to this house here, to the delivery center and do everything. I'm just gonna let it roll so that the last part of the train, you can see them now moving over the bridge. That the last part of the train hopefully is not too quick. Now just have a look. We need to go to the right hand side. Everything should be set correctly. We are around 50. That should be alright. And then have a quick look that we get to the right direction. We are already gaining into the direction of 60 because of the incline, because of the weight of the whole train. Everything is pushing me. So we need to be aware of that. Apply a little bit of brake that we don't derail. I really don't want to derail. And I need to go to the right hand side, I think. Yep, needed to go to the right hand side. Emergency brake, emergency honk. Not emergency light, emergency honk. And let's see that we get everything stopped in time. And then it's just gonna move backwards and then set the signal into the right direction. Very important that you do all this. Do the honking and the brakes, because we need to make sure that no one will be hurt when we do an emergency brake and we're on the wrong track. Because as you know, last episode we saw that there's a small cat guarding those premises here and the premises in the harbor, and we just want to make sure that everyone is safe and get no surprises. Yeah, we're enough enough of that much wheel slipping, and yeah, okay, I'm actually not sure where we are. Where are we? Why is there a town here? Did I go into the wrong direction, actually? Did I move to the north? And we are at... I moved into the wrong direction. I just had a quick look, and I remember now that in the beginning of the delivery that we waved the tutorial area hello. The problem is now that the tutorial area is actually this area here. So that means that we moved from the steel mill north and not south. Apparently there were a few signals that seemed to be the same ones, but I think, and I'm not sure about this area, but I think we are in this town here. Wow. So I just checked, and apparently, completely by accident, I went from the steel mill to the food factory, and we are now at the food factory. I need to turn everything around, then move the same track down south, and then go into the correct direction, and then go to the harbor, because we are now at the food factory. And then, just very quickly, so my plan is now, I'm just gonna drive backwards. Let's see if we can rescue anything timing-wise. I'm not able to move. Probably because there is a small incline. Let's have a look on that sign here. A small incline. It's 1.5 degrees. And that's moving backwards and without seeing anything. I think that's a good idea. I think that is one of the best ideas I had all day. Okay, let's get back into the area where we just had the emergency brake, then see that we can gather enough momentum in the rain for this very heavy train for 1.5 degrees of incline. I need to turn things around. I need to put all the cargo into a truck. Then I need to move my locomotives from the end to the front. And then I think we do have a better way of working through here. So I'm just gonna move back into the same direction I just was. Then I'm gonna decouple the locomotives. And I would need to turn them around as well. Man, I'm sure eventually things will work out fine. And I was so sure beforehand that we do have enough sand, because I was so sure we move into the right direction, but we're actually at the wrong place. Too bad, really. It is really too bad. But okay. I think the signs, the intersections are set to the empty track here, so I'm gonna use that to put down my cargo and stop that there. Annoyed honk. Annoyed honk number 2. Annoyed honk number 3. Okay, this should be enough. I'm just gonna stop everything. Slippage, I'm just gonna ignore the slippage now because I just want to get things stopped. And if I see this correctly, then this is what I need to use to turn everything around, so that might not be too big of a problem. I swear to you, eventually there will be an order, and that will be a big order, and that will give money that I will deliver right and in the time frame, and then we're gonna move forward a little bit, because still the goal is to collect a little bit of money. Again, we went down a little bit Last episode I did this small calculation that you could see how much we actually lost, and now I'm gonna have a problem. I talked and I didn't watch for this. And I derailed. This is making me crazy, man. Okay, but anyhow, I think we're completely out of the track. Maybe we are lucky and I can still move forward. Let's see if that actually would work. Let's see if that is possible. So release the brakes. I'm with the back of the locomotive now on grass. Anything possible here? No? Are we moving? This is so stupid. No, we're parked. Okay, let's have a look. How much will that cost? Re-rail, right? And it will cost us 1,000 to... Okay, that's fine. For that complete and utter nonsense. Things are moving nicely. Everything is moving as expected. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit around the map, that you can see what other nice places there are, and that completely has nothing to do with me missing the direction of the compass. So everything worked out completely as expected, and there was nothing, not a hitch, not an issue here in the completely wrong town I went into while I was talking too much, I suppose. I don't know. But then next time, maybe I have learned something today. Next time, when I think I'm going from the steel mill to the harbor and I see the tutorial area, I might brake and turn around. But that is something for the future. Interesting, I cannot use that when I'm too close? Oh no, I did not change the icon back to switch. And now I dropped the remote. So... gonna attach to the loco, and I have to do that very carefully. I have experience with that. I kinda destroyed a locomotive in another episode without any hesitation. That was really a bad experience. So I'm gonna be very, very creeping slowly here. Very... Ooh. Cool. Okay. So that should be enough. But the only thing I have to do now, I kinda have to somehow move around the area of cargo. Yeah, it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, be calm. Switch on the lights, always a good idea. To make things more visible. So this is going to the right hand side, and I think that the passenger area is here. And I need to go back to that track there. This is the cars that I need to transport. So we are now moving to the very right hand side. Maybe it's a tad bit too far. I can see now that there are other tracks free here, but I didn't see that beforehand, and I didn't want to use this marvelous short, fast travel feature in realistic mode. Apply already all the brakes. And then just roll right into place with right around 10 kph, maybe a little bit more brake. To be a little bit slower, and then use just the rest of the momentum to connect my cargo. I think that was good. Good connection there. Now bring everything together as per usual. Open up the brake. And the only thing that I have to do is now move to the very back of the whole thing, because that is where I set the handbrake. And then direction-wise, I think I just can go forward the whole time. All the signals should be set, and now I think I'm sure that I now go into the right direction. I think I'm sure is also a very interesting statement, because that is actually not being sure at all. Will we have enough momentum? Will this be enough to get out of this area? I don't know. Let's see. Honk the horn. Set the back light to back, and very slowly get things moving. No handbrake seems to be set.